boy, Hennythemoor, reporting live from the liquor store. How's everybody doing today, man? So, hey, it's about 12:50 on a Thursday. And listen, your boy is not feeling the best. So, if I sound a little congested, if I sound a little under the weather, we dealing with a little something over here at the liquor store. But, rain, sleet, or snow, sick or healthy, we're gonna open the door to the liquor store and we're gonna get drunk on this Dallas Cowboy content together, man. So I appreciate all y'all for rocking with me, man. I appreciate all y'all for coming through and showing love to the channel. On your way through the front door, I need y'all to do a couple things for me. First, I need y'all to hit that like button, man. I need y'all to hit that like button so we can manipulate this algorithm so they can more easily find the content. Next, I'm gonna need y'all to hit that share button for me, man. If you hit that share button, it will let everybody else know, that the liquor store is open for business. We can sling these bottles, man. We got Cowboy Readers, we got Eagles Tears, we got gin, we got hen, we got whatever it takes to make you sin. They said get some gin. Man, really, I need to make me a hot toddy. Like y'all may not be country folks, but man, hot toddy can damn near cure cancer. All that is some tea. You get you some, you brew you some tea. You put some brandy up in it. You put some lemon. You put some peppermint. It's a real good remedy. It really helps you get over being ill. That's probably what I need to make. The lunatic, what's up with you? He said he came in slapping filthy fans on the way to the liquor store. What's up, man? Hey, if y'all did not know, if you do smack you up an Eagles fan, you will receive half off all the merchandise inside of the liquor store, man. So if you do that, I can guarantee you can get a discount on these Eagle Tears. I'm just gonna tell you to use those. No, I'm just gonna tell you to use that in moderation, because that is some powerful stuff right there, man. I have you out here thinking that one championship is better than 5. They have you out here eating feces in the middle of the street. Have you out here throwing stuff at Santa Claus during Christmas. It'll have you acting crazy if you ingest too much Eagles Tears, man. But yeah, man. Also, man, I'm gonna need y'all to hit the Cash App for me, man. We are still running or raffle for the Dallas Cowboys tickets. I keep wanting to say jersey because we always do these jersey raffles. But this raffle will be for Dallas Cowboys tickets. The first place winner will be a ticket with a seat attached to it to the Dallas Cowboys game against the Philadelphia Eagles. The second place winner will receive a ticket for standing room area. And then the third place winner will receive a ticket. Well, I'm sorry, not a ticket. The third place winner will receive a PlayStation 4 or a Dallas Cowboys jersey, whatever they want to rock with. So, if that interests you, or if you just want to support the channel, hit the Cash App. It's $Hennythemoor. It was on there, but it's also at the bottom of the screen. So JC, what's up with you? Lord King 83, the lunatic, my brother Joe tapping in, say he's super lonely over there on Facebook. Man, hey, I'm gonna have to tell some of y'all, go there and join the Facebook channel too, man. So when Joe pops up on Facebook, or my brother Justin Kitchen pops up on Facebook, they won't be so alone. So over there, I'm gonna try everything in my power to get better. Stephen Harrison, I'm gonna do that, man. So hey, we got a pretty nice show set up for us today, man. We're gonna give you updates on the raffle and get that out the way first, and then we're gonna talk about some of the things that Mike McCarthy said today. He gave some updates in regards to player health. In regard to the progression of a certain player that actually amused me. I really think it's more of lip service than anything. But we'll talk about all this stuff in depth. And then tonight we will have an in breakdown comparison. So y'all make sure y'all spin the block to the liquor store, because tonight we will be taking a deep dive look at the numbers, around whether the Dallas Cowboys should target Dalvin Cook or if they should target Ezekiel Elliott. Right, we're gonna talk about that, and then we'll do an in-depth look into the new Texas Coast offense. So that'll be tonight's show at 5 p.m. Y'all make sure y'all spin the block, come to the liquor store and show some love. But right now we're just gonna. He said what happened to the Turpin interview? It had to be rescheduled. Some stuff came up, so it had to be rescheduled for the same time next week. So hopefully nothing else changes. But as of right now, we should be good for next week to have the interview. But if anything changes, we'll try to let y'all know in a timely manner, so we can audible if need be. But yo, Hoodlum, what's up with you, Mr. Kima Lewis Glaxow? He said here, hoping the Cowboys give K-Ron an equal chance at running back. Okay, he said Texas Coast sounds better than Texas Coast. It might. Tex sort of sounds like West, so it rolls off the tongue a little bit better. I know people are used to saying West, the West Coast offense. So Tex Coast, sounds a lot more similar to West Coast than Texas. So I do feel that. So real quick, let me get this out the way. I'm gonna inform y'all standings, because over here at the liquor store, when we do run these raffles, I like to try and keep a certain level of transparency. So I want y'all to know what the raffle is looking like right now, and then we'll go right into the content right after this. So the August 1st ticket raffle, because the last day to send is on August 1st. Mickey currently has 4 entries, so salute to Mickey. Dwayne Brown, you have 2.5 entries. So Dwayne Brown, you were $5 away from getting another entry for the Dallas Cowboy ticket. So salute to you. Blake, Mr. It's Too Easy, you have 2 entries, so salute to you. Brian Kite, you are $5 away from having an entry, so salute to you. Hey, I see my brother Landlord coming in and showing love to the channel, man. Salute, my brother. Hey, you and Boss had a fire ass show earlier, man. If y'all missed it, make sure y'all go and check it out. They win that mug cooking, man. So Hoodlum, you got an entry. Salute to you, my boy. Thank you for tapping in. Sharon Bell, you also have an entry. Yo, Israel, what's up with you, man? Thanks for tapping in and showing love. Appreciate that. DC4 Life Texas, my brother, I know you're out there somewhere in the universe. You also have an entry. Now Neil, the notorious serial slapper, because every time he come into the chat box, my brother has told me he has slapped about 8, 9, 10, 35 Eagles fans on his way in. So Neil, right now you actually have the best odds of winning the Dallas Cowboy ticket. You have 5 entries. Yo, It's Too Easy. What's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in. We are just doing the raffle update right now, and then we're gonna jump into the content. So Neil, you currently have the best odds of winning the Dallas Cowboy jersey. I keep saying the damn jersey ticket. We're raffling tickets. Like, Lord, we do too many jersey raffles. That's why I keep saying that. All right, the Lunatic, you got a raffle entry, so salute to you, my boy. Donald Holmes, you have an entry as well. Taiwan has 2 entries, so salute to him. Crystal, wherever you at, you also have an entry to win the Dallas Cowboy ticket. Mike DC4L has an entry. Josie G has an entry. My brother King G has an entry. Michael Autry, that be coming through with the volcanoes and going crazy, has an entry. VA Roster X has 4 entries. So Mickey, you and VA Roster X are tied for the second best odds of winning the first place prize. And then Big Benny Rich, you also have an entry to win the Dallas Cowboy ticket. So that was just the quick update on the standings in the raffles. Also remember, it's not the person who sends the most. All 3 winners will be selected randomly with the app. Hey, shout out to Blake. My brother, It's Too Easy. They got you another entry for the Dallas Cowboy ticket. So you now have 3. So salute to you. You have the 3rd best odds of winning the Dallas Cowboy ticket. And like I was saying, it's not who sends the most. All 3 prizes will be randomly selected. Selected. So you can have 1 entry, or you can have 50 entries, and you still have a shot at winning the biggest prize. And hell, just remember, there's 3 prizes being given out. So don't be hesitant or concerned. Everybody who enters will have a fair shot of winning, because we always try and make it as fair as possible. And I like doing this over just asking y'all to donate. This is more my speed. I like to give back to the people that support me and what I do. So I appreciate y'all for everything. Appreciate the love. And no, let's jump into the content. He said, I mean, Deuce Vaughn and equal chance. I think everybody has a shot right now. You're talking about the current guys on the roster. I think going into training camp, everybody's going to have an equal shot at securing the running back 2 position. They want to see what they have in Deuce Vaughn. They want to see what Malik Davis can do. They want to see, if Hunter can be they short yardage back, their power back. But and just like everybody has an equal chance to prove themselves, everybody also has an equal shot at proving that they can't do the job. What's up, Mickey? I appreciate you for tapping in. So if you are just now coming in, Mickey, I just did the raffle update. You have the second best odds of winning the grand prize. So salute to you. I'll take a bottle of Boone's Farm to send to Philly. Listen, they need some. Listen, Philadelphia fans need regular, barely distilled moonshine. They need raw, barely distilled moonshine. Right? Don't send them anything. Send them, some shit that tastes like gasoline. They don't even deserve Boone's Farm. They don't even deserve Boone's Farm. They need the moonshine that still got a little bit of potato floating in it. That's what the hell they deserve. Yeah, but I think everybody is going to have an equal shot at solidifying themselves, in training camp, out there in Oxnard during the preseason. At the same time, they also have an equal opportunity of proving that they can't do the job at the level that they were expecting. Right, so they can go out there and prove that they belong. They can also go out there and prove like, hey, we might need to get a veteran in here. So we'll talk about scheme fit. We'll talk about X's and O's and overall statistics. In regards to if Dalvin Cook or Ezekiel Elliott would be a better fit to bring back into Dallas on tonight's show. And if you want a sneak peek, I already dropped the video on my page. In regards to Dalvin Cook's getting released, just because it's public knowledge already, Dalvin Cook has the 3rd most rushing yards over the last 4 seasons. He had the 2nd most rushing touchdowns over the last 4 seasons. He's made 4 consecutive Pro Bowl selections, rushed for 1,100 yards in 4 consecutive seasons. So I'm very high on Dalvin Cook. I think I'm higher on Dalvin Cook than some of my colleagues and some of my close friends are. But you also have to think about scheme fit. When you think about power running, Ezekiel Elliott is probably a better goal line runner. He's proven that over the last couple of years. He's a better pass blocker. So it's really going to depend on what you value more. So that's a sneak peek of what we're going to talk about tonight, though. Now let's go talk about Mike McCarthy and what the hell he was talking about. Mike McCarthy usually gets up there. Yo, what's up with your Vato Salez? I'm sorry. Vato Salez 01/4/1993. Salute to you for coming to the liquor store and showing love. So do I got any Thunderbird? Man, hey, listen, we got whatever you need to succeed on deck. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a very large inventory. And, the way that you can get your discount on the inventory if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan. So, we already know we got what you need to succeed. And if you want the best price, in the city, you know where to come and you know what to do. But let's talk about Mike McCarthy. Really, this is the most important thing to me. But we all saw where CeeDee Lamb had got a little dinged up yesterday. So the initial report was, that he had got a cramp. They said, hey, he just cramped up. He didn't need any further medical attention. He's fine. Right. But that still concerned me. When your best wide receiver goes down, you can't really replace an all-pro. So you never want to see a player of CeeDee Lamb's caliber on the ground at any point, no matter what the hell is going on. Well, what's up, Mickey? I see you in there. Thank you for stopping in and showing love. Salute to you. So, Mickey, you must be coming in and out. I just had saluted you. But yeah, salute to you, Mickey. And also, you got the second best odds of winning the Dallas Cowboy ticket. So salute to you and thank you for all the support. So yeah, so you never want to see something like that happen. You never want to see them on the ground in pain, hobbling. That is some scary stuff. This early into it, right? But Mike McCarthy is giving us great news right now. Allegedly, always take when they talk about injuries with a grain of salt. Yeah, hey, I can't wait either, man. I am waiting for them to approve my monetization request. So it's gonna take some. So it's gonna take some time. He said, "Yeah, I just came out the restaurant." Okay, let me find out you eating good on us today, Mickey. Let me find out you over there eating good on us. So salute to you. He said, "Yeah, man." So he said, Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy said, wide receiver CeeDee Lamb probably won't participate in today's short 45-minute conclusion of minicamp. And really, man, most of the guys ain't did nothing today anyway. It was more of a glorified walkthrough. It was really, they really putting the finishing touches on it. And if you're talking about full speed, full pad, they're not going to do that until July in Oxnard. So July 31st is when they're going to have the full speed, practices where they allow some contact. They'll allow guys to make plays on the ball. They'll be in pads. They'll be moving full speed. So, that's when you'll really see guys shine. Right, that's when you'll really see who actually got better, when you'll really see who actually put in the work, so on and so forth. So the fact that he's not available for this is not a big deal. Like I said, this is the conclusion of this. It was only a little 45-minute period where they're basically going through a walkthrough, a warm up, talking to the younger guys, things like that. So we are in good hands right now. We're in good hands right now. So he said no concerns in regards about Lamb's health. McCarthy confirmed he banged his left knee late in practice. So he banged his knee against Izzy's. Apparently, that what caused the injury scare. Like Mickey said, my heart definitely dropped for a sec. Last thing we need is injuries this early. Knock on wood. The Quincy said, watch Eagles F around and sign Cooks. Well, last thing I heard was that Dalvin Cook, the front runners to sign him were the Miami Dolphins. He is from Florida. He played at Florida State, one of their better running backs in that program's history. And, the Denver Broncos. I think Denver suits him because they do want to run the ball. Russell Wilson is a good play action quarterback. And Sean Payton knows how to utilize, running backs with his skill set. Not saying he's the exact same as Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara is a better pass catcher and he is a better runner of the football. But he definitely knows how to utilize a running back who is both a good running threat and also a good pass catching threat. So I wouldn't, it would be a good situation, for him to go to Denver, and also would be a good situation for him to go to Miami, since he is from there, and both of them are set up to have successful seasons. You heard the Jets. It's a possibility too. And either way, if he goes to either Miami or if he goes to the Jets, we will have to play him this year. We play the Jets week 2, and then we play Miami on Christmas Eve. So the day dude got arrested, I thought of landlord. Oh my God. But yeah, mad nefarious. Salute to my brother landlord too, man. Always great content. Always great to do content with on top of that. So yeah, salute to my brother landlord, man. One of the best in the business. So I don't really know what Dalvin Cook will end up. I'm not even sure it's possible for Dallas to get him. If it comes down to a bidding war, I don't think the Dallas Cowboys will be willing to spend too much money on Dalvin Cook because you're already paying Tony Pollard $10 million on a singular year deal. You gave him $10 million guaranteed for 1 year. So, if anything, I think if we're talking about likelihood, the likelihood of the Dallas Cowboys picking somebody up is more likely for it to be Zeke. You know what I'm saying? If you're asking what I think is right now today a better, healthier running back, I think it's Dalvin Cook. Right? But I don't want to really touch on that too much right now because I'm gonna do a whole hour hour 30 show on that tonight. So I don't want to really jump too far into that. But, in regards to the overall health of the team, Cowboys Mike McCarthy, I have no major injury concerns. The state of our practice structure is a part of that. There's nobody, he said nobody, that we're worried about right now. So, with that said, think about the guys that we have had concerns in regards to injury about. And there's actually a little list there. We're Henny, my boy. What's good, bro? Good to hear you today. Hey, appreciate you, Darius Rouser. Thank you for tapping in, man. Showing love to the liquor store, man. Yeah, I'm tapping in. I was not feeling great at all. Still don't feel the best, but I decided to suck it up and give y'all some content. While I was still feeling pretty decent. So we're gonna rock for a while. Give y'all some quality Dallas Cowboys content. But think about the list of guys that are coming back from injury or got dinged and this, that, and the third. We saw that Peyton Hendershot, Lord, knock on wood. I don't think anything happened to him either. But we seen where Schoonmaker, had a boot on. He was dealing with plantar fascia. But next time you saw him, he was out of the boot and trying to work through it. So they said that it was not going to be a long-term issue. I took it with a grain of salt. And it still might be a long-term issue, but right now it appears that he's recovering from that pretty decently. He was able to do a little bit more than he initially was, so that's always a good sign. You look at CD Lamb, there doesn't appear to be a major injury. Doesn't appear that he ruptured a tendon or cracked a bone or anything. Looked like he just hit his knee really hard, and they just wanted to hold him out for precautionary purposes, right? So that seems good on that end. Yo, South Tex, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in. King G, salute to you, my boy. I appreciate you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, my brother. Thank you for coming through. So yeah, man. So in regards to Schoonmaker, it appears that he's progressing nicely. In regards to CD Lamb, it seems that it was just an injury scare and nothing of real substance to be worried about in regards to that. Then think about another guy that has not really participated up to this point. Like think about Terrence Steele. Terrence Steele, when he went down last year, it completely compromised the solidity of our offensive line up front. It really handicapped our ability to run the ball, effectively. As time went on without him, the yards per attempt for every running back that we had went down. And at one point, I believe that our running backs were averaging like 2.3 yards an attempt. So without Terrence Steele, our running game was a shell of his former self. So, him being available and him being able to play, is going to be very crucial to the success of our team going forward. So, granted, they have been saying great things about Valesco. They have said that he has been playing better, that he is actually healthy now. Like he was another guy that, who injuries derailed last year, right? So the talent is there. The thing that we were really concerned with him was that he waited so long to have surgery. But they're saying he's playing well. They say that he looks real comfortable at the right tackle position. So on the off chance that Terrence Steele does have to miss time, I'm not expecting him to miss a prolonged period of time. I think the most he'll miss to start the season is maybe 1 to 4 games. I'm not a health expert at all. I'm just taking a educated guess. But I'll say that Terrence Steele will probably only miss the first 1 to 4 games, if any. And Valesco being healthy, having gotten a full OTA under his belt, he'll have a full preseason under his belt by the time that the season kicks off. I do expect him to be able to hold the fort down until he gets back. So, they keep going down the line of guys who had sustained some injuries. They're saying that CD Lamb is going to be okay. They're saying that Schoonmaker is progressing just fine. From the looks of it, they're saying that Terrence Steele is on schedule to be where he needs to be and play for us early in the season. right? They're saying that Walesko is healthy enough to contribute. Devin Harper. Devin Harper was also another guy who sustained injury last year. You know, that was trying to they were trying to work through it and get back. You know, it seems like it's positive news on him. You know, who else in that boat of being injured? You know, that we can look at and say like, damn, they're probably going to be healthy. We probably can rely on them a little bit more this year. Well, look at his linebacking teammate Jabril Cox. You know, and Jabril Cox was a guy I was very down on. You know, I was questioning his ability to tackle. I was questioning why Damone Clark got up ahead of him after having back surgery and played before he did. But, you know, they're reporting that he's making plays in OTAs. They're reporting that he is fully healthy, that he's moving around well. And, you know, he even made back-to-back red zone plays to end the period, right? So they're saying a lot of good things about him. Yeah, definitely Jabril Cox. You know, they said that Jabril Cox is progressing and he feels better. He's making plays for them. Who else? Well, I didn't even mention Damone Clark because he played last year. But you are right. When you think about Damone Clark, he really had to rehab the entirety of last year. Like he wasn't putting time in getting better in his craft. He was just spending time trying to get on the field, get healthy, get back to what he was. So, you know, Damone Clark, just based on the fact that he's healthy right now, should see a jump in his production. Right? And who else? Well, Tony Pollard. Right? Tony Pollard, you know, just broke his leg in the San Francisco 49ers playoff game. So he's a guy that we need. We know that Ezekiel Elliott is no longer on the roster. We know that there are some question marks in regard to what you can expect from the running backs behind him. Deuce Vaughn has never played an NFL snap. Malik Davis has had very limited opportunities to run the ball in the NFL. Ronald Jones, even though he is a veteran, you know, he has not played very well these last couple of years. At least in terms of production, he hasn't really given much to the teams that he's been on. Rico Dowd is another unknown. So, and especially, listen, I know we are very high on Hunter, but y'all do know this man played D2. He played D2 at Carson Wentz alma mater, and he was really viewed as a fullback. The reason they got him was he was being viewed as a fullback. So I don't know what the hell to expect from him, even though they're high on him, right? So it is going to be very prevalent, very important. Yeah, Jay, Lou, Gallup. Yeah, I'll touch them in just a second too. Then, so you know, it's going to be very prevalent for Tony Pollard to be productive, to be healthy, for us to go out here and do what we need to do. You know that Brian Schottenheimer is going to run a very run-centric offense, and he's gonna get carries. You know, I don't think he'll have a 300 carry season, but Tony Pollard didn't even get 200 carries last year. I think it was like 190 something. So, you know, Tony Pollard will have an enlarged workload. He'll probably get about 230 to 240 carries this season. So, you know, he'll have to be healthy, have to be ready, well conditioned to handle that workload. Right. Then you spoke about Jordan Lewis, you know, got injured with a lens fracture last year. Deron Bland was able to step in and take over that role for him. But, you know, he's back, so he can add some depth to it. You know, I was initially talking about getting rid of him, but you know, he can add depth. He's a guy who can come in and be your dime package defensive back. He's a guy who's a veteran, who's still a very good player. So, you know, Brian Cox said, "Spoiler alert." What's the spoiler alert, man? What's going on? What kind of spoiler alert is going on, my boy? What kind of spoiler alert is going on? Did I miss something? Is something going on where I need to give it my attention? Let me know. Let me know something. Let me know anything. What is going on? What's the spoiler alert? But yeah, so J. Lou can definitely add some depth to you. And think about the other guys like Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup ain't been healthy in 2 seasons, so he definitely has not lived up to that contract that he's gotten. But when he's healthy, he is definitely one of the better wide receiver threes in the National Football League. Yeah, he said Jay Lou is a smaller Izzy, can play anywhere you need in the secondary. I agree, and I think everybody would prefer him in the slot just because of his size, him being diminutive in stature. But he is definitely a ball hawk. He does cause turnovers, so he's a very good slot corner, and I'm glad that he's still on the team. Honestly, especially now in hindsight. I was thinking about getting rid of Jordan Lewis just based on the amount of money you could save with him not being on the team. But the Dallas Cowboys don't even need the money. They got over $20 million right now that they ain't spent. So they don't need no more money. So, because I am more aware of what is going on with them cap wise, I definitely would rather have Jordan Lewis the player than $4.7 million that they're not going to spend. And shout out to my brother Neil for coming into the liquor store and showing love. My boy, I told y'all he was a serial slapper of Eagles fans. This dude said, "What up, Henny? 13 Eagles fans got it before I checked in." I told you he was gonna come in the chat. He would have. He already slapped up about 30, 40 Eagles fans, and it's just like that. But also, Neil, I did the raffle update while you were gone. Before you came into the chat, you have the best odds of winning the Dallas Cowboy ticket. You got 5 entries right now, so salute to you, Neil. And you're hey, best of luck to y'all. Yeah, you are a serial slapper, man. You be slapping the hell out of Eagles fans every show. Yo, what up with your smoke one for you? He said, "What it do, Henny? Did you watch my post on that Ox Hunter Lupe, bro? Man, if he healthy, bro, he's a big dude to bring down." Yeah, I did see it, man. Salute to you for sharing that with me. I saw it on Twitter. And yes, he is a very physical back. So I just really I want to wait and pass judgment, based on the competition he played against, based on I need to see it translate to the NFL level. But I do have high hopes that he's able to come in there and he said, "My girl almost got it last night when I came home and she watching Eagles content." You should have knocked everything over. You should have knocked everything over in the house and promptly walked out. Nah, I'm playing. Don't do your girl like that. But yeah, man. Yeah, I like Hunter. And really, that is going to be a camp battle that nobody's really talking about. Hunter and Princeton Fant. That is way more of a camp battle than people are thinking, because they both can fill in as fullbacks. And Princeton, he has a background as a running back, so he's actually spent a lot of time in the backfield before he transitioned to a tight end. He has rushing touchdowns on his resume. He's been used as a lead blocker. You know what I'm saying? He's able to slip out and catch passes. So I do like Princeton Fant's skill set, man. He's a damn good weapon. I say he's a weapon more than just anything. So that is a camp battle to watch. I'm not sure which way they're leaning towards, but I definitely do think Dallas Cowboys are a better team with one of them on it. He said, "Nah, I'ma just paint all her eyelashes and ish in the Cowboys colors." Do that. Oh, you talking to Mickey, HTM. Oh, you good, man. You good. Our show was trying to see what you were talking about. Like, what's going on? Did I miss some breaking news? Like, I literally pulled up a different tab and tried to see if something happened when you said that. Yeah, man. Hey, Princeton Fant is a damn good weapon, man. Like, people just don't know him because he didn't get a lot of run, but he can catch. He has a background as a running back. He's a good lead blocker. He's solid. And that boy even threw for a touchdown in college. So, he got some versatility. And, since will probably be a fullback at this level, I definitely think it's a fair competition between him and Hunter. Now, I think Hunter brings more of a physical nature. I think Hunter will be better suited as a short yardage power back. But I think that Fant, I think he can lead block enough to be a full time fullback. I think because of his versatility, his ability to run routes and catch passes and do this, that, and the third. I think that he's a very good option to be your fullback. So I'm not opposed to either one of them. It just depends on what the Dallas Cowboys think, fits the scheme better. Yo, what's up with your chill, Bill? He said, what's up? What's cracking, bro? What's good with your cuzzo? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, man. No, we ain't talked about the Texas Coast offense. If you look at I'm actually doing all that tonight because I don't have the adequate time to actually cover everything in depth for that. So, on this show, because I'm actually have to leave and get my grandson in a little bit. Sick and all, work never stops. So, I don't actually have time to do the in-depth breakdown for both of those on this show. But tonight at 5 p.m., the liquor store is going to open the doors back up. We'll do an in-depth talk about what to expect from the Texas Coast offense. We'll do an in-depth talk looking at numbers to see whether the Dallas Cowboys are better suited for Dalvin Cook or Ezekiel Elliott. So that'll be tonight's show. So 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'll be back to give y'all that show, and it's gonna be a damn good one. He said these Eagles fans, related or not, are in danger around here. Hey, I understand, man. He said, hey, Joe, she pissed me off a little more, then I'm gonna have to take you up on that offer. Just kidding. Told y'all I don't see the NFL being in the league in 10 or 20 years. What you mean by that? What's going on? Why you say you don't see the NFL being in the league in about 10 or 20 years? Oh, you talking about the rules, the rule changes. Well, let's touch on one of those rule changes because I think people are confused about that. So one of the rule changes, they were trying to take out, forward handoffs, but it's only a legal forward handoff if the player is past the line of scrimmage. Y'all give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. But yeah, so it actually is only a penalty if the running back is past the line of scrimmage. So I think people are overthinking the rule. It's only an illegal forward handoff, if the running back is past the line of scrimmage. So it actually does not affect anything in regards to play action, RPO, so on and so forth. The only thing I don't like about the rule changes, and I don't like the fair catch rule. I think that's stupid. I do like the fourth down rule. The treating the fourth down conversions like touchdowns, where if it's close, they'll do a booth review. So I'm fine with some of the rule changes. Like I have no issue with the illegal for the handoff because it's always been a rule. They just put an emphasis on it. And really, I can't think of the last time that we even seen an illegal forward handoff. But the kick return rules, I hate those. And but everything else is pretty much is standard. So I'm gonna talk about this real quick because I think this shit is lip service. Excuse me. I didn't even mean to cuss like that in front of y'all good people. So Isaac Alicorn. I think, and listen, I'm a preference this. I think this is lip service. If you want my honest opinion, Isaac Alicorn is somebody that they like. He did not pan out playing offensive lineman, so they made a spot for him along the defensive line in order to keep him on the team. That's my actual thoughts about this. But I'm gonna go ahead and give some in-depth breakdown. And it looks like I'm gonna be able to stay on a little bit longer. I got vetoed, So it won't be. I'm not gonna go get my grandson. Look like my wife's gonna do it for me. Dwayne Brown, what's up with you, man? They were tapping in, showing love to the liquor store, my brother. So listen, he said Alicorn. He looks good inside. I'm excited to see him in padded work. It almost kicks more natural for him on defense. He's built an outstanding foundation. Definitely a shout out to the boss for putting that out in the atmosphere. We will go crazy. Yeah, so salute to boss Cowboy. Yeah, that definitely sounds like some wee woo. It's lip service. I do not believe that boy Alicorn, is out there playing defensive tackle at a high level. I don't feel that he can beat out anybody in the defensive tackle room to get reps. I do not see him as a player that's better than Chauncey Golston. We'll just talk about the back end of it. I don't see him as a player being better than Chauncey Golston. I don't see him beating out somebody like Junior Fihoko, who they say will play a lot of 3 tech. I don't see him beating out Neville Gallimore. I don't see him beating out Osa. I don't see him beating out Monty Smith, Jonathan Hankins. There's not a single defensive tackle on this team that he's better than. There's not a single defensive tackle on this team that he is better than. So, I'm not really sure why they are, and listen, I have nothing against him. I hope that he goes out there and he is successful. But, we're just being realistic, man. Like, whose spot is he going to take? When is he going to get reps? Alicorn is probably going to end up being a practice squad player regardless. And what's up with your Jose Banks? I see you, my boy. I appreciate you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, my brother. But yeah, man, hey, real quick. I got 37 folks in here, and I'm pretty sure I don't have 37 likes on the YouTube page or anything like that. So let me take a look, man. Let's take a real quick like break, man, to get everything back up to par. So right now I got 37 people watching. Oh, it is close enough, though. It is close enough, y'all. Hey, there's 37 people watching. There's 35 likes. So most everybody has done their job. So salute to y'all, man. Salute to y'all. Y'all are doing y'all job. I appreciate y'all for helping me out with this algorithm, because they be trying to suppress our content, man. We got to get this good stuff out into the atmosphere. Okay. So hey, I wish I had like a sound effect to give y'all, man. Hey, what's up, Joe Grace? Hello, Mr. Henny. So what happened with the scheduled interview with Devontae Turpin yesterday? Canceled. Right now, it has not been canceled. It has just been rescheduled. It is supposed to be rescheduled for next Wednesday at the same time. If anything happens, I will definitely let y'all know. I'll probably put a post up in the community tab so y'all can keep up. But right now, it's on go for next week at the same time. But if anything changes in between now and then, we will let you know. So I appreciate y'all for your patience and your understanding. Yo, Cole, I don't keep up with the Eagles, man. So hey, he said that Jalen Hurts threw multiple interceptions in practice today. Good for him. He already in mid-season form. But you also got to think about it from this perspective. They just paid him a very, very high amount of money. And yeah, Dwayne Brown, I appreciate you. Joe, I appreciate you. Really, everybody in the chat, man, I appreciate y'all, man, for always showing love and support for what I do. Like I said, I would not be able to do this without y'all, so I appreciate y'all for the help. So we got 2 Eagles fans in here, man. Hey, we got guys that be look that. Hey, we got scouts, man. We got scouts already. And just listen, because he's getting that amount of money, I don't think. And listen, when I had that real football talk with my boy Brown, he came in here trolling. We had a real football conversation. Jalen Hurts averaged 11 rushing attempts a game. He averaged 11 rushing attempts a game. So Jalen Hurts ran the ball a lot last year. He ran the ball a lot. That is not sustainable for over a long period of time for your quarterback to be successful or to stay healthy. Because the amount of money that they pay him, they're going to have to supplement their offense some way. They're going to have to find a way to supplement their offense and get away, from him having 11 rushing attempts. Ryan Kite said, great show. I appreciate you, man. No, I appreciate you. I try, man. I try to bring y'all good quality content. Yeah. And listen, he got hurt last year. He got hurt last year, trying to run the ball. And listen, Choctaw, I'm not basing it off of his practice. I'm not just basing it off his practice, but I'm basing it off of they paid him. Usually when you pay a running quarterback, you change the way they play. Think about it. Josh Allen, they said that Josh Allen won't run as much. He gotten paid. They were talking about my boy Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson said he's not going to run as much this year. He got paid. When you pay a running quarterback, you're going to try and limit the amount of danger that you put him in. I'm talking about the fans. And okay. No, that's a different conversation. Keep the content going, bro. Oh yeah, man, all the time, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, man. So when you pay a mobile quarterback, they usually try and change the way that they play. Not that it's wise, not that it's wise, because really, when you think about it, the reason they got paid was their ability to run and be dynamic. You didn't pay them to be a pocket passer. You didn't pay them to do this, that, or the third. You paid them because they're mobile and because they can get outside the pocket and make plays, out of structure. Those are the things that make mobile quarterbacks, special. When you try and take that away from them, what Kellen Moore did to Dak Prescott, you limit them as a player. So, I never want to see a quarterback, change who they are, what made them successful. But I'm also realistic. Jalen Hurts is not going to have a long NFL career if he continues to run the ball at the volume that he runs the ball. So, for his own good, for his own health, for his own safety, they need to cut down letting him run the ball 11 times. He got hurt this year. Now, his injury was not so severe that he couldn't play in the playoffs, right? We saw that he was able to come back. He was able to play in the playoffs. He was able to do this, that, and the third. But he got hurt while running the ball. So, you can't just keep letting him run through contact. You can't keep letting him take the amount of hits that he takes. You're going to have to figure out a way to keep your offense at a high level while keeping him out of harm's way. So I don't think that they'll completely phase running out of his game. That's too much to ask. But they definitely got to get it down from 11 attempts. You got to get it down to like 8.75 attempts. I want Dak to run the ball about 4 or 5 times a game. So, he needs to get down to around that. He averaged 30 passes a game last season. They definitely don't want him throwing it 35 to 40 times a game, but he will stay hurt if they run him the way that they did. I do agree. So, it's a conundrum. Like, he needs to run less and Dak Prescott needs to run more. Yeah, I think Dak Prescott should run about 4 or 5 times in a game. I don't want Dak Prescott put in harm's way, but Dak Prescott, he knows how to get down. What I'm saying? He's practiced getting down. He was a guy that used to take on contact head on. Dak Prescott used to run recklessly. He used to stiff arm linebackers and safeties. He used to lower his shoulder, try to run through contact. Like Dak Prescott, y'all forget Dak Prescott front flipped over a guy into the end zone before for a touchdown when we played the Arizona Cardinals. So Dak Prescott used to run reckless. So I'm glad that he is not as reckless at the older he's got. That he's trying to stay healthy, stay out of harm's way. But at the same time, we still need him to be a runner. I'm not opposed to it. Yeah, Dak's been hurt. He's a smarter runner. Yeah, Dak Prescott gets down now. Instead of trying to fight for the extra yard, Dak Prescott goes down. Instead of getting hit unnecessarily, he's going to slide. So, that's why I'm not afraid of Dak Prescott getting the opportunity to run a little bit more, because he's not going to let himself get hit. Now, granted, he'll still take a couple of hits in the red zone to try and get into the end zone. No, those are some things you just got to do. You can't go down there, especially you got to have it scores or in the postseason. But you know, in between the 20s, Dak Prescott has become much more trustworthy in terms of running. Yep, flip to the 1 yard line in the Seattle playoff game. I remember that too. Yeah, Dak Prescott used to be a reckless runner, but like you said, he had the leg injury, bounced back from that, slowly running a little bit more as he feeling. No, he slowly has ran a little bit more, but he does not run nearly as much as he did, and he does not run with the same reckless abandon as he used to, and that's a good thing because Dak Prescott has developed into one of the better passers in the National Football League. Both from your eye test and both from an analytical standpoint when you look at his overall numbers. He said, that's what I keep telling people. We need a back with alternate style. He said, Dalvin Cook is already in Dallas. His name is Tony Pollard. And that would be the only argument. It's stylistically. Stylistically, he does not. I'm giving y'all too much, man. I got a whole show over this shit tonight. I'm giving y'all too much. I'm giving y'all too much too early. Now, the reason and you're right about Derrick Henry, because Derrick Henry needs about 28 carries. He's not going to get that in Dallas. 15, 16 carries for Derrick Henry is a warm up. I say that's a warm up for Derrick. The next back that we get is going to have to be happy with about 15 to 16 carries, and you're going to have to be efficient and effective with those 15 to 16 carries. So it's going to really depend on what you're trying to do stylistically. He said, "I would rather have Kareem Hunt." I'm comfortable with anybody that they bring in at this point over what I currently have, because at least I have a more proven track record with those guys. Tyler too. What's up with you, man? I appreciate you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, man. Salute to you. Thank you for tapping in. But yeah, I'm comfortable with Kareem Hunt. If you want to spin the block on Ezekiel Elliott, we can have a conversation about that. If you want to bring Dalvin Cook in, I'm fine with that. It just really depends on where you at. It just really depends on the Dallas Cowboys' fate and the running backs that they got, and overall scheme. Because they may value having a Tony Pollard. They may value having a Tony Pollard duplicate over having a power runner. Or they may value having a power runner over somebody that can run the same plays as Tony Pollard. It's going to depend on philosophy. And listen, he definitely did hold back Malik Davis. I especially picked up on that from watching Landlord. Not Landlord, but from watching Boss Cowboys interview with Brian Broaddus. So yeah, the Dak averaged 33 passes a game last season in the 12 games he played. He may have been more had he gotten hurt. We think the number goes down this year. I think Dak Prescott averages around the same amount of passes. I think that's a decent number of passes. I don't want him to exceed 35 or 34 pass attempts. Really, I don't want Dak Prescott to have to pass 30 times. Like by the time Dak Prescott throws his 28 to 27 pass, I need the Dallas Cowboys to have a lead and be trying to kill the clock at that point. I want the Dallas Cowboys to dominate teams in such a fashion where Dak Prescott is not going to get the opportunity to throw the ball 34, 35 times. Right? Because if we're doing the things that we need to do, if we're getting chunk plays, if we're getting big 30-yard, 25-yard chunks of yards in the passing game, if we're running the ball efficiently, if we're scoring touchdowns and converting on our opportunities, Dak Prescott is probably not going to get the opportunity to throw the ball 35 times. So 30 to 33 passing attempts, that's probably good. I still want to probably keep about 28. With the new NFL, If we're gonna utilize play action and run the ball the way we said it, keep Dak Prescott at about 28 passing attempts. You let him run the ball a couple of times. Utilize your running backs. Yeah, so I think Dak Prescott 28 to 33 is a good range. Anything above that, we might possibly be in a shootout. So yeah. I seen a lot of guys couldn't hold it down in college and was successful in the pros. Yeah, it really just depends, man. It really just depends on where people end up. It depends on the system. Depends on the players around them. So a lot of things go into whether a player is successful or not. Not just the player in themselves. But think about it. Like, what if Tony Pollard went to Andy Reid instead of going to Kellen Moore? Well, Tony Pollard would be looked at as probably the best running back in the National Football League, right? Because Tony Pollard would have a ton more rushing yards, a ton more passing yards, receiving yards, more receiving touchdowns. So so it really just depends, what I'm saying, on where you go, the environment you're in. Think about it. What if somebody like Patrick Mahomes ended up getting drafted to the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott ended up going to Andy Reid? Do you think that Jason Garrett could have turned Patrick Mahomes into Patrick Mahomes? You know what I mean? Like, there's some guys that are great right now that might not be good. They ended up going to a bad coaching situation, or a dysfunctional front office, or this, that, and the third. Right? So it just really depends where you end up at, man. It depends on where you end up at, the players around you, the opportunities, the system. Yeah, so it comes down to a lot of things. Yeah, Dak Prescott is very good outside of the pocket. Yeah, Garrett would have probably ruined Patrick Mahomes' career. Yeah, Garrett would have probably ruined that man's career. So yeah. So man, we're gonna move over to Q&A in just a second. But real quick, since we got more folks in here now, just a reminder that we are still doing the ticket raffle for the Dallas Cowboys home game against the Philadelphia Eagles. It's $10 an entry. And for everybody who was not in the building when we did the update, I'm going to go through it again real quick, and then we'll go right to Q&A. Mickey, you got 4 entries. Dwayne Brown, you got 2.5 entries. You're $5 away from another full entry, so salute to you. Blake, it's too easy. You got 3 entries. Brian Kite, you got a half an entry. You need another $5 to get a full entry for the Dallas Cowboy raffle. Hoodlum has an entry. Sharon has an entry. DC for Life has an entry. Neil, you're leading the way. You got 5 entries. Salute to you. The Lunatic has an entry. Donald Holmes has an entry. Tawan has an entry. Crystal has an entry. Mike DC for L has an entry. Josie has an entry. King G has an entry. Michael Autry has an entry. VA Roster X has 4 entries, and Big Benny Rich has an entry. So that's the update. Salute to y'all, and let's move right along to the Q&A segment of this show. All right. Hey, salute to Dwayne Brown. They got you another full entry. So Dwayne, you now have 3 entries for the Dallas Cowboy tickets. So salute to you, my brother. So you and Blake are tied for the 3rd best odds of winning the grand prize. So salute to you. Right. He said Mahomo. Hey, I like Patrick, man. He a Texas kid. So, I show him some grace. But yeah, he wasn't this fan. And listen, I ain't gonna say he wasn't great. He played. He put up a bunch of numbers in a conference that doesn't play defense. They didn't win a lot of games. They got into a bunch of shootouts. But I wouldn't say he was bad. But he was not looked at in the same light as some of the other quarterbacks. And he blossomed, in Andy Reid's system. Andy Reid put him in position to be the best quarterback in the National Football League. He surrounded him with talent. He came into the league with the fastest wide receiver in the league, the best tight end. They went and got the boy Sammy Watkins. They had a good line. They had a good defense in terms of pass rushing because Chris Jones is a monster. They did everything in their power to surround that boy with talent and to also help him succeed because he had the best play caller, weapons all around him. So, you can't say, listen, if he came to Dallas, if he got drafted to Dallas, they were going to have him throwing to Deontay Thompson. They were going to have him throwing to Allen Hurns. They were going to do all this goofy stuff. They would have had that man throwing to James Washington. It's not the same. It's not the same. Not to say that he eventually wouldn't have became a good quarterback, but yo, what's up with you, Jessica Haggerty? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store. Salute to you. So yeah, man, not to say that he would not have been a great quarterback eventually, but he wasn't going to be no damn MVP his first year in Dallas with the weapons we had around him, with the coaching staff we had around him. And listen, you know why you're not confident in the running back room right now? Yeah, they completely rebuilt the offensive line. Do you know why you're not confident in the running back room right now, man? Because you ain't seen nothing from him. Outside of Tony Pollard, you have not seen, you have not seen any of these guys come in here and do anything. I mean, Malik Davis had flashes. That's cool. You ain't seen that over the course of a 17-game season. You ain't really seen much from Rico Dowdle over the course of a 17-game season. Deuce Vaughn ain't played yet. I said, listen, I'm confident in Pollard just based on what he did the last 2 years. So, I have some form of confidence in Tony Pollard. Now, what I have not seen Tony Pollard do is be the running back that received the most carries on the team. Even though he was our leading rusher last year, he still went to change the pace back. Because Ezekiel Elliott led the team in rushing attempts. So I haven't seen that either. But I do have confidence in Tony Pollard that he can, step up, get the job done, do what he needs to do to help us succeed. But I understand like the guys behind Tony Pollard, and if you have hesitancy because Tony Pollard has not been your leader in rushing attempts over the course of a season before, I can understand that too. Zero. Listen, matter of fact, because you asked me that question, I know you must not have been present on some of my other shows. That man is not good enough to have a nickname. His mama named him Ronald. I'm gonna call him Ronald. Like this man is not good enough to have a nickname. We're not gonna call him Rojo or Rojo or none of that other stuff. Like we're not gonna call him none of that other stuff. We're gonna call him Ronald Jones. That's how I feel about him. Yeah, you were not good enough to have a nickname. Like for real, like what have you done to get a nickname, boy? You had like 200 yards last year. You do not get a nickname. You get nicknames when you're a rookie, or you're a super cold vet. Like you do not get a nickname being my third or fourth running back. See, they give he got a video. He got a nickname of a hype video. Yeah, roll your out the star. Yeah. Now, I don't really feel. I'm not feeling Ronald Jones, man. Like I'm not feeling Ronald Jones. Now he might be able to change my opinion, during preseason. He might be able to change my opinion, during training camp. But as of today, the 8th of June, 2023, this man do not deserve no damn nickname. I think he a camp body. When they signed that boy, I say he was a camp body. when he came through the door with his luggage, you know, I felt like he packed too much stuff. He packed too much stuff. He ain't gonna be here that long. So yeah, nah, I'm not high on that boy like that. Like him though. I think he probably a good dude, but no. My faith in Ronald Jones is a 0 because I don't think Ronald Jones gonna make the team. And listen, Ezekiel Elliott, if I'm not mistaken, did not have and listen, we didn't have a single fumble loss last year by a running back, right? Joe said a dead body. Oh my God, y'all are killing this man in the chat box. But you know, it is what it is. That man is. He did get benched by Giovanni Bernard. And didn't that boy retire? Didn't Giovanni just retire? Yeah, that's not a good look for you, my boy. That is not a good look for you. Patrick No C said KJ is not looking so good. Let's go find a report. We'll talk about it. You know, I follow Patrick on Twitter. Matter of fact, you know, they're still dropping updates. So, you know, let me pull this up. So let me re-up on my updates, and then I'm going to post them up here. Let me find Patrick No C too. Keyjana Carter would be better. Y'all wilding out here, man. Hey, where did you see the Patrick No C report at? Did he mention this? Did he mention this live? Did he tweet this? Let me know real quick because I'm trying to get y'all some more content to bring to y'all. But in the meantime, I want to actually talk about a glowing endorsement that Brandon Cooks got. Yeah, so Brandon Cooks apparently got a very glowing endorsement from one of his former quarterbacks. So let's talk about that real quick. All right, there we go. And I appreciate y'all for bearing with me, man. Y'all know we are building this plane in the air, you know, in the verbiage of Law Nation them. So salute to them. But this is from Michael Gilkins. He said, after Cowboys traded for wide receiver Brandon Cooks in March, the first text message OC Brian Schottenheimer received was from Drew Brees. Salute to Drew Brees. He said, you are going to love this guy. Brian Schottenheimer did not doubt it, but Brees was correct. Strong addition to the room. So, unprompted, you know, unsolicited, Drew Brees reached out to Brian Schottenheimer when they got the boy, and, you know, he just gushed over him. And remember, Brandon Cooks has been a number one wide receiver for a long time. He's a former first-round pick. He has played with some great quarterbacks over the course of his career. We know when he came into the league, He was Drew Brees' number one wide receiver. Uh, he had multiple 1,000-yard seasons with him. He was his number one option. He then got traded to the Rams. With the Rams, he was their number one option, even over Cooper Kupp. Helped lead them to a Super Bowl appearance. He was the number one option for Deshaun Watson. Had a 1,000-yard season with him. That is correct. It was. Am I correct about that, or was it? No, I'm wrong about that. I am wrong about that. That was Randall Cobb that played with Deshaun Watson. But yeah, he played. But forget that. That's neither here nor there. Point is, he's done played with some pretty damn good quarterbacks. Oh, New England. That's what the hell I was thinking about. He played with New England first. So he played with Tom Brady. So yeah, he played with Drew Brees. He played with Tom Brady. You know, he played with Jared Goff when he was still worth a quarter. So he's played with some pretty good quarterbacks. And you know, it's cool that Drew Brees, who was a future Hall of Famer, you know, reached out and gave a glowing endorsement of the kid. Because you know, Brandon Cooks, man, like people are sleeping on this edition, but right now he might be in the conversation as being one of the best, you know, second wide receivers in the league. Like he's in that conversation. It said, what is Cook's stats against the Dallas Cowboys defense? Not sure. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'm finna see if Brandon Cook ever played us. You know, because of the teams that he played. Okay. I found it. So Brandon Cooks, he actually had never gotten off against the Dallas Cowboys. So Brandon Cooks has played 3 different games against the Dallas Cowboys. The first game was in 2014. He had five catches on 6 targets for only 31 yards and no touchdowns. The second game was the very next year. He played the Dallas Cowboys in 2015. He had 4 catches on 8 targets, 25 yards, no touchdowns. And then in 2019, he played the Dallas Cowboys as a member of the Los Angeles Rams. He had 4 catches and 8 yards. He had 4 catches on 8 targets for 46 yards. So he has not ever had a great game against the Dallas Cowboys. He's never had a great game against the Dallas Cowboys. But, you know, that did not change the fact that I'm excited about him and what he brings to the table. Because there's a difference between, you know, going up against the team's best. Oh, yeah. No, he didn't play against us last year. He was just asking about his career. So over the course of his career, he played 3 games. The last time that he played the Dallas Cowboys was back in 2019. But for his career, he only has 13 catches for 102 yards against the Cowboys. So he hasn't really gotten off against the Dallas Cowboys like that. Oh yeah, he was healthy. He just didn't want to play. Remember, he had tried to force his way to Dallas last year. It didn't go his way. He set out. They reported that he was injured, but yeah, he was just trying to force his way out of Dallas, and it didn't work out. Y'all crazy, bro. Said running back depth chart: Tony Pollard, Davis, Vaughn, Luke Gay, Lamb, Turpin, Cooks, Gallup, Tyler Smith, Trash Can, Backyard Football Star, then Ronald Jones. Oh my God. Y'all have completely disrespected this man. Y'all have completely disrespected that man. Oh my God. But yeah, but I like Brandon Cooks and what he adds to the table, man. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with Brandon Cooks. Hey, listen, I got out of bed. I don't think I brushed my teeth all the damn way. Called landlord and called JC when we traded for Brandon Cooks, and we immediately did a show. That's how happy I was that we had got that boy. Like I hopped out of bed and did a show the moment that they announced that Brandon Cooks was going to be our we had traded for that boy. So I was definitely happy to hear that. But yeah, man, I am feeling horrible. So I am going to take me some meds. I'm going to lay down. I'm going to do everything in my power so I can come back, at 5. Because, I'm going to be back in a couple of hours to give y'all another show. So I'll be back at 5 to do the actual breakdown between Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott. So y'all stay tuned for that show. Make sure y'all spin the block. I thank y'all for the love and support. And also, man, remember on the way out of the liquor store to continue to work your hands and hit that like button, continue to hit that share button, and continue to slap them Eagles, man. Because, if you slap the brakes up off an Eagles fan, man, you will receive half off all the items out of the liquor store. Matter of fact, if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, you will get half off all the items inside the liquor store. So salute to y'all. Thank y'all for the love. Continue to hit the cash out, man. I'm accepting raffle entries throughout the course of the day. If you're shy and you don't want me to shout you out on air when you send, say so. But don't be shy. God bless. I'm gonna get at y'all. See y'all in a couple hours, man. I'm finna take some meds. Peace. And thank y'all. Thank y'all for the get well wishes too. Peace.